Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I didn't upload Who Should You Choose yesterday. Got super busy, but here we are. We'll try and take care of it. Now, obviously, these questions are going to be from Friday morning or Thursday night. Friday morning, Friday throughout the day. So the new master items that came out might play into effect, but I'll try and do the best I can to nullify that. Guys, don't forget, tonight is Team Build Tuesday on my Twitch channel. If you are subscribed to my Twitch channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 hours straight of just going through everyone's teams. We take a look at their lineup in HUT IQ or NHL HUT Builder. We go through the auction house live. It's good. We get the chat involved. Sometimes we bring on a guest or two. So that's on my Twitch channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You just got to be subbed to my Twitch. All right, guys, here we go with Who Should You Choose, episode like 49 or something, which is just crazy. 45. All right, 45. I was off. Chris Posio says first. All right, Diesel Constable says, thanks for all your advice. I managed to get Spark going along with keeping everything I had and getting Light the Lamp going, which brings me to 6 synergies. Went with Magician and Light the Lamp instead of Swarm. Love the channel. Your team is fire. That's actually not a bad idea. I mean, I think Swarm, I've said this numerous times, I think the real benefit for Swarm is the fact that, it only costs 8 to make, which I think is what adds a ton of its value, because agility is extremely important. I think a lot of people overlook agility, but it is an extremely important stat. Also, stick checking, defensive awareness are extremely important as well. So I think that's why a lot of people overlook Swarm, but it's a very, very good one. Here is his squadron. Let's take a look. He's got Lemieux, Gretzky, Matthews. All right, so yeah, you got a very good team, and you got some international guys as well. Not a bad squadron. B. Testier says, Nody squad. Yes, sir. Henrik Sojin, what's my next step? I have 25 GCs and close to 1.2 mil in the bank. Sir. What? That's not what I wanted to do. Rip. Here we go. All right, so, well, you have Lemieux and Gretzky and McDavid. And then you've got Sedin, Lindros, Lafleur, Oshie. Okay. I will not get rid of Forsberg and Sedin because they are from Ornskoldvik, which is an hour from where I live. Okay, I respect it. So is Hedman's, and if he gets a master, I will get it ASAP. Any other suggestions other than those changes? Let's take a look here. I mean, so while McDavid is great, you want to try and see if you can't find a more well-rounded guy along the very, very top. I'd like to move Gretzky to the wing. I'm still, I mean, you've got, no, I would not recommend spending 1 mil on the 89 McDavid. Never mind. I was thinking about it, but no, don't do that. If you've got 25 GCs, do you go for a master item? It's so risky because, I mean, you could go for the 92 untradeable Line A, and you'll be fine because he's such a good card. I don't think he'll ever truly go away. Your Couturier, definitely get Couturier. Spend your coins to get Couturier up at least. That's the main thing. You could also go Besser, obviously, but there's a lot of good right-hander options. Dude, you need someone on the left side. You need a left-handed winger card. You could go Voracek. You could buy him. He's actually pretty cheap in terms of other master set items, around $500-600K. That's not terrible. That's who I would look for because your team is pretty stacked. Then on the back end, yeah, you do need a lit right-handed guy. I mean, you could go Ekblad. That's not a bad option. I wouldn't go Carlson. I mean, because you already have the lit Carlson. That's fine. I would look at Ekblad, and I would also look at McKinnon, is Besser, get Couturier up. Any of those options, they'd be great for you as well. Shalom Sleeves question today is, I'd like to start saving for a high-end D-man, but do you think it my team's best interest? I'm looking at the Hanson, but there are other options in my team. What do you think I should do? Only have 40K in the bank. Okay, so where you want to start looking, the first point at which you want to start looking at your defense is if your first 2 lines are lit. So he's got the 91 Lemieux, Koivu, Gretzky, Lafleur, Nobles, McDavid. That's a fine top 6. So yeah, I would start looking at a top-end defenseman. Hanson's not bad. You have the primetime Doughty. You definitely want to upgrade from that, I think, over your first pairing defenseman. So, I wouldn't go Heiskin, and he's too expensive. Yossi's not a bad buy, but you could go the Jay Bouwmeester Also, the Jack Johnson, while that's a meme, he's fantastic. I really like that card. Don't overlook that just because he's not a master item. That's a really, really good card with good synergies as well. To be honest, that's probably where I would start. However, your right side is probably a little bit weaker, so Hansen's not bad. He doesn't help you synergy-wise after, but Ekblad is who I would 100% go for, but Hansen, Ekblad, or Jay Bomeister is probably the play. All right, who else we got here? We got Lafleur, Lemieux, McDavid, Timu, Crosby, St. Louis. What a... Almost got it. I have Howitzer, Speedster, and Spark active. Do I take tradable awards? I have 2 icons soon. Where do I go? All right, so first thing I would do is get Couturier and Besser. Guys, that is not going to change. I'm going to keep telling you guys that if you do not have them. Those are great cards that you can upgrade at your own pace, my man. You don't have Distributor, man. I would really work on Distributor. People, I mean, guys, I don't know how to get it across more. Spark is definitely like the flavor of the month, it seems. Acceleration, super important, 100%. But if you get up to your top end speed and the guy that you're chasing has higher speed, it will not matter how fast you get up to him unless you're extremely good at pressuring the puck carrier. Like, speed is the most important stat, guys. So look to activate Distributor. That is what my next thing would be. Do I take tradable rewards? See, again, I think you should get Couturier and Besser and then upgrade those two in terms of using untradeable rewards. If you're not going to get those two, take tradable. Hey, Slaves, your content is super helpful this year. Here's my free-to-play team. What's going on, Camden? All right, we've got Lemieux, Gretzky, McDavid. Howitzer and Speedster and Spark Gap. Do I take tradable awards? Will I have 2 icons soon? Where do I go next? Well, you don't have Gretzky, my dude. Gretzky would be an easy first one, and it's pretty simple. Do you take tradable? You should not take, you should not take tradable rewards because your team is good enough. But it's the same thing. Like, you don't have, oh, my apologies. Scroll down. Same situation. You do have Gretzky, McDavid, Lafleur. I would actually take tradable awards, man, because your defense is in a pretty rough spot right now, in my opinion. Oh, I read their question wrong. Just got Lafleur. Should I go for the 86 set for defenseman now or pull all my focus towards fantasy sets? Put all your focus towards fantasy sets. Professional content creator here, by the way, guys. Yeah, you want to go the 86 defenseman? Nah, not anymore. I would go tradable awards, focus on the fantasy sets. Basically, it's about 520K, 370 gold players to sell, so that's almost like 800K, 900K. I also get Ultimate for Rivals, about 1,000th in champs and Pro 1. Should I take on tradable next week to work on collectibles for either fantasy guys or for a new MasterCard, or should I take tradable and sell everything? I have 6 GCs and 1 icon. I plan on getting Couturier 91 and Best 39. This should be done in a few weeks. I know what you said about Tavares being shit, but I have him untradeable, and I actually like his card. Again, it's all personal preference for the most part. Also, for anyone who wants a cheap goalie, my 85 Mrazek's been unreal. All right, good to know. I love when people tell me if their goalies have been good or bad. I'm looking at to make Spark, so I'm thinking about getting Ekblad, Crosby. Oh, okay. Here's my team. Lafleur, Lemieux, Gretzky, Besser, Couturier, McDavid, Mac, Tavares. Okay. You have like 1 million in coins. Upgrading from McDavid would be nice. But it's tough. There isn't a lot of great players that aren't McDavid that are better than him. I mean, I would look for a master item. You could definitely go for one. I like Voracek. I haven't really liked Gaborik. I have the 92 Gaborik. Haven't really liked him all that much. But again, it's not like he's a bad card. I've been playing really bad the last few days. So take that for what it's worth. Your back end definitely needs work here, though. You need a defenseman more than a forward, I think, my dude. Actually, I have the 86. Getting Besser and Couturier up to the top end is your main number one focus. After that, you have the 90 Carlson. Wow, weird flex. I would look for a top end left defenseman. I'm thinking like you could go Jack Johnson. That's what I would recommend, Jack Johnson there. And then on this side, like I don't know if getting rid of McDavid for like the 89 McDavid with 2 to spark, which by the way, guys, I think is just as valuable. I know everyone's the one with Distributor obviously has Distributor, which is huge. But so many cards have Distributor that are good. The 2 to spark on McDavid is a really nice boost. I would Jack Johnson would be my first buy for sure. Hey, Slaves, thanks again for the content. I have 1 gold collectible, 1 GC, and now 115K with enough coins in the market to get about 100. I have Distributor, Howitzer, Speedster active. I'm trying to either get Swarm or Spark activated. I'm too quick to spend my coins. Bro, you and me both. Lemieux, Gretzky, Morenz, Fleur, Duchesne. Okay, so you got fast, small wingers. I like it. But you definitely want to upgrade from them. So, upgrading Besser and Couturier, obviously. The 86 Bowser. The Brick Bowser. You're trying to get Swarm. So, who do you have as a goaltender? I don't think you put your goalies. Oh, Vasilevsky, Goudreau. You could go the 86 Rito Berra, man. You'll lose 1 to Distributor. You'll get 2 to Spark. Or, sorry, Swarm. Oh, you're so close. You could get rid of the point, upgrade Besser, get like Olofsson. He's still one of my favorite cheaper winger cards with Distributor for your 4th line. But you do need a left-handed winger, man. Like, that's kind of super important at this stage. Like, it's just, man, there isn't a ton of great ones. Like, that's the problem. Is like there isn't. It's either they're master set items or they're just like, you know what I mean? Like, it blows my mind too because most of the league is left-handed. It just, for whatever reason, this year it just has not played out like that. Like if a high-end, you have 100K, so that's not gonna. I mean Matthews. I mean the duo Matthews is probably still one of the better ones for that price range. Ace Sleeves, hope all as well. Appreciate everything you do for the community. Thanks, my man. My question is regarding my 4th line. Is it worth scrapping Speedster and obtaining Swarm? Only guy knows Speedster that would negatively impact is Lafleur. So, like, Lafleur's big bonus is that you can get his speed up so high. Oh, that's a tough one. Would you rather have Speedster on Lafleur or Swarm for everyone else? I mean, Swarm for everyone else because everyone else impacts it, but, like, that one change makes that Lafleur card so much better. There's got to be a way to get them both. Actually, Pedersen? I think that might be Howitzer and Swarm. So he's got Medano, Helm. You want to keep Speedster on. You have Besser. You have Lafleur. Get the 86 Niedermeyer. He should be somewhat decently cheap. Get the 86 Niedermeyer, has Speedster to replace Mata. That would be where I would go. There's also a ton of, like, Rasmus, Kapari, Philpol, I believe. There is a ton of guys that have Spark and Speedster as well. All the Finnish guys, it appears, have them. So take a look out for that. Barzell, Matthews, Tatar, new master set, my bet. I was wrong, says Chase. As was I, my dude. Keep up the fire content. Thank you, my dude. I have 400K collectibles. What should I do with my team? I'm also planning on selling Gaborik about when the time is right and cop the 91 as I don't need Magician. And the speed is the exact same, which would give me another 100. Not a bad go. All right, so he's got Lafleur, Couturier, Gaborik, Mario, Gretzky, McDavid, Stamkos, Lindros, Matthews. Stamkos, Lindros, Matthews, Kessel. So your 4th line... Chelios, OEL. Your team is fine. There isn't really... You have 400K. Man, the 91... Like, dude, the 91 Besser. Or the 89 Besser right here. Because, like, if not, then you're buying... The reason why I keep recommending these guys is that you can upgrade them at your own pace, guys. But also... Besser is one of the best right-handed winger cards in the game still. He's not in the top 4 anymore after McKinnon, obviously. I'm going to do an updated best of each position. But that being said, like, he would replace your Kessel perfectly because he has Speedster. So you could get like the 85 Kessel or Besser and be far better than Kessel. And then 400K. Trying to think of a good master item. You could go Jack Eichel for Stamkos. Other than that, I'm like it sucks because all of the right-handed master items are so good, but there's so many of them. Like Voracek would be a nice one. I keep mentioning him because I like him more and more just looking at his build. He looks like a really, really good card. But you have the 92 Gabrick, so I don't know how much you want to go in for another Winter National card, but I'd get Besser for sure, man. And then Speedster for a Duchesne. Like, you could go Koivu, get rid of Lindros, get Koivu, and put Gretzky on the wing. That's probably where I would go. Like, Koivu at second line center, Gretzky on the wing. Thanks for answering my question. No problem, Evan. Why do you prioritize Workhorse over Wingman? Isn't Wingman better? So, I mean, like, how do I describe this? I mean, the 3 to wrist shot accuracy, passing versus balance and endurance. So, passing and wrist shot accuracy, obviously important. I completely agree. I think that when the cards that you're getting Workhorse for, like I've said this since like the beginning, like since Parayko, right? Like anything that activates acceleration is important. It's super important. The thing is the cards that have Workhorse at the higher end as we're getting further and further along are super advantageous to work with the other team-based synergies. So I'll take that. Like, I use Parayko as a perfect example because he has such a deficiency in speed that in this game it is heavily going to impact him in the way that he plays, because if you don't play well defensively, defending the rush specifically, you're going to get blown by, even though he is like the best built defenseman in the game. He could, if you had Workhorse activated on that Distributor, Spark, and Swarm as well, like that is almost like a Chara from NHL 20. Do I think Workhorse is better than Wingman? I just like the fact that it touches acceleration, balance, and endurance, because the cards that get him, like, balance is super overlooked, guys. Again, balance is what helps determine the ability to hold on to the puck. Do I think passing is... Like, I think that... You make a good point. I can't argue that. Like, I think that they're very close, to be honest with you. I like the fact that Workhorse touches all of the other speed stats, the skating stats, as well as having Distributor and Spark activated, which then just boosts it even further. I don't know why. I like having all of those skating stats impacted. Because, like, 3 to passing, you won't notice. And 3 to wrist shot accuracy, I guess that helps. But, again, on the cards that I'm looking to activate for, they're defensemen. Like, wrist shot accuracy isn't something I'm super paying attention to. Balance and endurance, I think, are more important on defensemen. And again, like, you make a very good point, dude. I'm not going to argue that. Ace Lee, some changes since last time you reviewed my team. Wondering what I should do now. Lafleur, Gretzky, Duo, Matthews, McDavid. All right, solid squadron. No GCs, no icons, 100K, free to play. All right, so you are stuck, my dude. You don't have Couturier, so that is the first one you want to go for. I like your defense. You've got a lot of good like budget, like top end guys, like McCabe, the Ryan Whitney, and Housley. Those are great, cheaper options than like the flashy master set guys. I really like that defensive core. Outside of that, for 100K, you're not really going to be able to do much with this team. You got to save up. There isn't really much you could do. I would getting Couturier to replace Holik is probably where I would start first, and then you can move Gretzky to the wing, and that would get rid of Huberdeau. So that's where I would put my focus. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's episode of Who Should You Choose. Don't forget, guys, make sure Team Build Tuesday tonight on my Twitch channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Link is down below as we go and review everyone's team live on stream for all the Twitch subs. So thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you have subs and notifications on. That way you get your best chance to get your next question read on the next episode of Who Should You Choose. I'll see you guys next time.